Hello, welcome to the stream. Uh, we've got Jepatastic, Alexis. Oh, Alexis. There you go. And we got Videl. Oh, everybody's here, ready for the party. It's a maths party. I'm a sneaky bear. How? Oh, what did I do wrong, Alexis? You tell me what I did wrong, and I'll apologize. That's true. You know they're the most diehard party people in the maths department. That's for sure. And I know that Alexis and Videl probably are in sleepy times. Yeah, Alexis just got undercovers. Yeah, so it's the best place to be is in bed. So that's the best place for a party. I didn't say boo. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you still enjoying Korea, Jeppo? Did you meet any interesting people? By the way, welcome to Replicube, everyone. I had a really good stream last time. I really enjoyed the game. We just started playing and we learnt lots of new different things. You're finding hermit crabs. Oh, that's really cool. So you're at was it at a beach? That's fun. Yeah, I remember someone tried to convert Jeppo. That's very extreme. But what I don't remember was what kind of cult it was. Did they give you any indication of what that might be? Because if you're a cult recruiter, you're essentially a salesman, right? And what you're selling is cult. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, my point is, if you're like a door-to-door or like on-the-ground salesman, you probably would like pick your targets. So you wouldn't go up to every single person because there wouldn't be time. So they would probably look at people and think, how likely is it that I'm gonna get the sale, make the conversion? So I would have imagined they saw something in you, Jeppo, that would suggest that whatever they had to sell, you would have been on board with. You had you had the booklet? Oh, I wouldn't have thrown that out. I think that's super interesting. What is the Moonies, Alexis? Is that like people who believe about they think like the moon landing didn't happen? You said you threw it out already, Jeppo, right? I mean, if you could mail it to me, I would be somewhat interested. They said some guy who started preaching in 1948 is Jesus. Oh, that's... Isn't that similar to, like, Latter-day Saints? Or, no, wait, Latter-day Saints is, like, in the 1800s or something. Oh, you believe it was a cult started by Sung Jong Moon. Oh, okay. I see. Well, that makes sense. The Moonies. This one had a name like Christ on... I don't know how to say that. Sorry. Well, I guess there's a lot of cult stuff going on in Korea. How about that? So, Replicube is a really fun game. I should show you, just as a recap. I was really happy with the doggo I got to create last time. And we were using L shapes that we learned. We learned a new function called max. So it takes two variables and it gives you the output of the greatest one, and that has a tendency to create mathematical L shapes. So what happened was, I was learning the max function, and Vidal was telling me all the hints and tricks, because she's a natural at this kind of stuff. And then in my own time, I kind of like made a much more efficient one. So this one's like half the length of the one I did on stream. So yeah, I got super into it. I was pretty happy with it. So what you'd notice is that the main body of the dog is kind of an L shape. So you can kind of just say, all right, well, I'll take the body as like a general solid block to work with, and then you can use math functions to cut out the parts that you don't want. And that's essentially how I did it here. That's really cool. Am I making an hourglass? Yes, I think that's the next one. Fancy hourglass, it's called. You had a cult next door to your law school in San Francisco. I remember you drove me to your school in San Francisco, and there was a whole bunch of it was like weird like drugstores and stuff weren't there? Like because you had your law school, which was like super posh. No, wait, I might have been remembering the wrong thing. I just remember you were taking me down San Francisco, and there was like a really posh kind of area, and then on the very next street, it was kind of like a dilapidated slum type area, and I thought that was like where your law school was. They offered free personality tests. Yeah, that's like what's that one with the Tom Cruise? Scientology? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's make a start. So this one is a much better hourglass. It can help to visualize values by returning them and looking at them as colors. Adding and subtracting coordinates can make lots of interesting slopes. Okay. That's a fun shape, but let's start by saying return. Okay, so we've got a block to carve out, so we can say if wait, let's go empty instead. We don't have to do return empty because that's default. So if what is this axis? If x is equal to y, then return white. And then we can go what does this give us? So we kind of want we want to make it so that if it's above if it's above the line, right? Yeah, okay, alright, so that's there we go. But the thing is, the it looks like the line, ours is a little, it's like ours is like detached, so we need to reattach it. So I think if we say -1, would that help? No, that shifts the whole thing. So what if we go +1 here? Yep, that's it. Oh, or we could do greater than and equal to, like Jeppo suggested. Yeah, that's correct too. That's all. That would also work. Alright, so now we gotta do the same thing in the other axis. What is this? Is this the z-axis? Hooray! Alright, we're getting closer. You love this game? Yeah, I'm glad. I'm really glad to hear that. Okay, so that's this first formula and the second formula. Sorry, let me catch up a bit. It says, tenderloin is delicioso. I might have missed some context about the tenderloins. Is that what you want to have in Hawaii? Because I want to have a bit. Actually, to be honest, I'm not much of a steak person, but I can have steak occasionally. It's just not a... I just feel like it's too filling as an everyday kind of thing. You didn't want to name them directly in case they label you as a oppressive person. And Leia Remini and I have to start chasing them in unmarked SUVs. Is this is the Scientology thing, right? I think you're talking about Scientology. Okay, I'm smart for doing this. Well, what I've found, Alexis, is that even though I used to be a professional at this, both Fidel and seemingly Jeppo are smarter than me already. Hello, MC Gum. I send you pizza every 2 months. Yeah, MC Gum gets the Discord pizza too. Oh, Tenderloin is the name of Skid Row in San Francisco. Ah, okay, gotcha. Okay, alright, so now what we want to do is make a diamond on the y-axis. So to do that, we can go if the absolute value of x is equal to absolute value of y. Is that right? No. What axis? This is it needs to be z. Okay. Hey, what if I do what if I just do x is equal to z? Oh no, x plus is equal. less than 2. I'm kind of doing the inverse of what I want, right? So that's, let's put a not function in front of that. And then, 5? 6? I thought that would be right, but it seems like something is still wrong here. Because I got the right shape on the top. Okay, alright, so so it's tapering off in the diagonal area as well. Okay. Okay, so it wasn't as simple as I thought. Yeah, because this is this like a curve? Yeah, it seems like there's like another curve here. I think this might work. Honestly, I'm not sure if I did the right thing. Like this? Yeah, that's it. Got it. Cool. Alright, so what we want next is what is this color here? Dark brown. And then we can go if yeah, let's say the first one should be if the absolute value of y is equal to 6, then whoops. Wait, I gotta think about this a bit more. the absolute value of y is equal to 6. And then otherwise, if y is greater than 0, yellow, and then otherwise we have glass. That's it, isn't it? Or is there something I'm doing wrong here? Oh, okay, wait. That one square in the center is wrong. Okay, so I can just do greater than or equal to. Yay! We've got our what do you call these thingies? Sand glasses. I don't know words. Alright, I'm sorry I missed a lot of chat apparently. Let's see. Hey Jeppa, you already got your Discord pizza. Does MC Gum do a similar Discord pizza policy? I think Alexis wants noodles instead. Oh, you're having noodles for dinner? Mm. You know, Alexis, whenever you talk about food in Hawaii, I like the name of them because they're like... Because the Hawaiian way of saying things is a lot of rhyming and alliteration. Like tahi mahi and lokomoko. They're very comforting words to say, and I'm sure comforting things to eat. Shin Ramen from Korea. Is that the popular brand? Yeah, I'm generally not a fan of udon. Yeah, I like ramen a lot more than udon. I think udon's a bit doughy. You found hot pot Korean barbecue at in the burbs near your girlfriend's house. Her mum took us out for your birthday, $24 for hot pot and Korean. Well, that sounds good. You pick one broth because it's not shared. Yeah, I see a lot of them and they tend to offer at least 2 broths with a like dividing thing in the center. Yeah, the teddy bear broths are the ones that are really popular these days. Mana pua. Yeah, we can have all the rhyming foods. All right, let's see how we did according to other people. So this will compare how efficient the code was to the global population. So we're kind of, it looks like we're kind of in the middle here for efficiency, and in terms of the code size, probably not so good. But that's not a big deal. The important thing is to get a nice shape. All right, so this is our next one. Not a flower, it says. Does it show the most efficient code? No, you have to work that out for yourself. I tried to get onto the top list for one of them, and they would require a lot of deep knowledge into how the programming language works, I think. Maybe there's like a lot of bitwise operators or something, because it's, yeah, it would be like another kind of stream if I were to do that, but maybe I could do that. I know people who program, so I need to take a few steps back. When people make 3D games, sometimes you can work on the graphical engine itself. A lot of modern programmers don't tend to do that. There are big engines that are commercially available, like Unreal Engine. There's another one starting with Unity. They're the two really popular ones. But if you kind of DIY, you need to program things called shaders, and shaders are things that are they give geometry a way of showing colors on the screen, and they're kind of like the building blocks of like rendering. And if you do that, you tend to try and make your shaders as efficient as possible with like your maths, and that's where like people who know how to do that kind of stuff, they'll be trying to make like the absolute most efficient code to draw pixels on the screen, and saving like a tiny little like making it even the slightly bit more efficient. It makes it run like much better, because you're essentially doing it for like millions and millions of pixels every time you have a frame on your screen. So it makes sense in that sense to make it as efficient as possible. So anyway, that was my little divergent rant. You're welcome, everyone. It was neither necessary or called for. So I think this one's really cool. So we're doing, it looks like a Super Mario like flower. It says not exactly a flower, but I liked the pattern once and I made it. You can use the not equal to check if the value is not equal to another value. Alright, that's pretty cool. So I think one thing you can notice immediately is that I think this will be like an ordered if we have a return value for what color it is, we can just increase it. Oh, and in fact our demo code has already done that. Yeah, so they've done that for us already. So we don't... Let's get rid of this if statement for now, and that'll get rid of that black line, I think. Yeah, let's just return v. Okay, so we've got the right colors. Now we need to know that A, it's the right width. If, what axis is that? Z. If the absolute value of Z is less than or equal to 1, then V and return empty. Oh, good night, Alexis. Have a wonderful sleep, and dream of all the mahi-mahis and moko-lokos and tiki-takis. I'm actually making them up at this point, so sorry. I hope you sleep well. ama. Alright, so what I did wrong before was I just did the wrong sign, but we're okay now. And then the last thing we want is to cut out the value when v is equal to noun. Sounds good, Jeppo. Hope you have a good noodles. We'll see you soon. Oops. Oh. I made an interesting shape, but that should be an or. There we go. There we have our flower. Very nice. So let's see how we did in terms of the leaderboard. Our cycles is pretty slow, but our code size is actually that's relatively not bad. I think we're on the better side. Oh, this is an interesting one. Look at this. This is almost like The Sims. Start off a cute domestic scene. You could use some furniture too. Use multiple techniques at once. That's super fun. Very nice. I'm on the dish drainer. Right where I want to be. Okay, so I think the first thing to do would be to make the floor. So let's say if z plus z plus x plus z, let's divide that by, let's get the remainder after division. And what is it? Is it dark blue? And then we want the other color here. So this is light blue. Oh, I need to put that in a bracket. Okay. Alright, so we've got our tile floor here. We'll put it on the ground. So we can do that by saying y is equal to -6. Oh, okay, no wait, I need to put that in its own separate area. There we go. Nice tile floor. Now, let's build the walls. Yeah. Ooh. So now we can use what we learnt with the max function. I'm never going to be unimpressed with the max function, I think. So that would be X and Z. And we need to return white. Okay. Cool. Our wall's just a little bit thicker than we want, so, and it's also in the wrong orientation, but we can let's change the flip the X around. Nice. And then push the wall back a little bit. There we go. Yeah, they're chunky walls, aren't they? Cool. All right, now we need to make the window. Okay. I think that's also another modulo problem there. So let's go. I'm faster when we're not distracting it. Yeah. I think the first one was actually pretty hard. What was it? It was the sand glass one. That was surprisingly harder than I thought, because it had like curvature and not just in two axes, but also like a diagonal curve. And it took me a while to think of how that would be solved. But I think with this window, we can use a... they're in threes by the look of it, so X... What axis is this? This is X and Z. And then do it by threes. And then if it's zero remainder, then what color is that? Is that brown? I think that's brown. Yeah, brown. Okay. So I think I should do ABS, right? No? Okay, and then go and percentage 3. We need those lines to go the other way, which is that's the y-axis. And the z-axis. It should be an or then, because they're dots. Alright, cool. Look at that. We got our window. And then cool. And then we put whole in air quotes glass. Nice. You're gonna be right back for cooking? Be careful if you're cooking. I hope it comes out nice and tasty. Yeah, tell us how your noodles go. You need thick walls for your horror game? Have you been streaming much, Fidel? Because I don't think I've seen you play Dead by Daylight in a very long time. It's very entertaining when you you get very excited playing the game. And it destroys my eardrums, but it's totally worth it. It's extremely entertaining. Okay, so this is, so we've got our window set up, but we just have to ensure that the window is in the right place. And to do that, we say yeah, the max value and the absolute value of z is greater than 2, something like that. Oh, wait. No, I can't do that here because I'm deciding between the glass or the white tile. So I should only do that if like this. Does that work? Okay, I need to end here. Does this work? Something like that. Yeah, I'll work on that on here. So oh, it's in the wrong it's even in the wrong axis. Okay. So that should be a y-axis. Hooray! We got a cute little corner of our Sims house. You've been playing Dead by Daylight on other people's streams? Oh, okay, very nice. It was last weekend. Oh, I see. But I don't think I've seen you stream Dead by Daylight in a long time, though. Alright, so our code size looks extremely good this time. Some people have got it down to like 40, but I'm pretty happy with 73. Even like 88 tends to be like a standard number. And the processing is not too bad either. This was fun to try out to try and work out how to make simple patterns like a brick wall. Note, don't forget about the modulo function. It has many uses. Okay. Alright, I think I would need to give this one a lot of thought, because this, yeah, the thicker, like, I did a very similar tile just before. Yeah, so let's try that. If x plus z modulo 3 is equal to 0, light blue, else dark blue. Yeah, and this creates the pattern. Wait, I shouldn't use 3. Let's go back to 2. Okay, so now the question is, how do we make it so that it's 3 by 3 squares instead of 1? So I could make this the remainder after division less than 2. And then make the modulo 6. Is that right? Yeah, because my thinking is, if you divide it by 6 and your remainder is within 0 and 2, right? That should work. I don't know why that didn't work. I feel like I got ripped off. Three? What do I put 3? Okay, so I get this pattern instead because it runs diagonally through the sequence. Okay. Because it happened, yeah, on the first line, the right thing is happening. So maybe I shouldn't. All right, so we can do stripes. What if I add the modulo within the other one? Let's see if that works. Like this? No. I'm making crazy patterns now. Okay. You haven't streamed it in a long time? Oh, that's a shame, Vidal. Yeah, so this is something I haven't really thought of. So what can I do here? So we've got the Z variable, and we want every three ranks to be different. But I can't put, so this is a conditional. Yeah, this is a conditional. So what I did try before was putting a condition inside another condition, and that doesn't seem to work in this programming language, which is not what I'm used to. Yeah, I think this is a really tough one. I might spend quite a long time on this. Yeah, okay. Let's put this aside. We can use like an XOR function maybe. What's the letter before V? U? Okay. Alright, so U... let's just see what U looks like first. So if we go... Yeah, let's just do the same thing in the Z-axis. Okay, and then let's put this back. Attempt to perform a bitwise operation on a Boolean value. I can't do that? Can I do XOR? No? Hmm. XOR ceiling clamp. Well, I suppose XOR is not equal to. Hey, we did it! Hooray! XOR works. Okay, I can put this back in here now. Okay, so the only problem is if I... Is this not working? Attempting to compare bullet... Oh, no, don't do that, don't do that. Nope. Alright, well, I think the general idea is here. We worked out how to do a bigger checkerboard pattern than normal. Hey, Mama needs a nap. Hello. If game equals nonsense, then Alt F4. Hey, I see you've done some programming before. That's some pretty good code. Hey, hello. Welcome to my nerdy nonsense stream. How are you doing? Is it your awake time? Probably a bit early for you, right? Alright, so you gotta shift these a little bit. There we go. We got what we wanted to. Nice. Thick tiles. They're the chunkiest tiles in all the land. Anyone got chunkier tiles than me? I don't want to know about it. Hooray. You need to get out of bed? You don't want to? Well, the good thing is that it's Friday. Isn't it? It is Friday, isn't it? Yeah, no, it must be Friday, because I had an appointment today. I forget what day of the week it is sometimes. Oh boy. Yeah, it's Friday. All right, well that's cool. We did a thing. So now we just have to say and y is equal to -7. Whoops. Yeah, it needs to be in its own little area. It's a floor. Okay, now we just have to build brick wall. And honestly, this pattern looks kind of hard. Oh, look. Oh dear, I don't even want to say the name. But it might be worth it if I can get the best viewers. Watch that space. How am I gonna do that? I think if I divide these by 4, maybe these are modulo 4 walls, right? Maybe. Let's see. Okay, so let's say let's make them red. Oh, that's huge. If the absolute value of z is less than or equal to 1, alright, so now our wall's in kind of the right place, and we want to make it we want to make it shorter than y is less than 5. Yeah? Yeah, there we go. That's good. Are you making a comment on how I'm saying nonsense words? Mama needs a nap? These are real words. I swear to you. Trust me. I used to be a professional. Well, I suppose the used to doesn't really add a whole lot of weight to what I'm saying. I'll just say I'm retired. And I wasn't forcibly retired, as much as people would like to suggest so. I retired by my own decision. It was my own choice. Okay, alright, so I was thinking of stuff. Words? When I say modular, it makes you think of banana phone. Do I say modular in a weird way? I suppose I do. What's an American way of saying modular? Modular. Hi, I'm an American, and I say modular. Is that... Does that work? I'm trying to think of an American sentence. Hello? No. I would like to pay by check, please. How's that? No? Is that the facepalm emoji? Yeah, there you go. It's worth it. No, I need an American sentence so I can really sound American. What do Americans say? Like that only Americans say. It's almost as if you were talking. It's just because you've only heard it's in the song Banana Phone. Alright. Okay, I'll give you that. Let's do a modulo. If y modulo 4 is equal to 0. No. It's greater than 0. Something like that? How's that? That's not bad. No? Yes, that's correct. Yeah. That is correct. Where is my avocado toast? Where is my avocado? Where is my avocado toast? Is that all right? Suddenly, all my US viewership switches off in protest. Okay, alright, so that's this. In fact, I should probably do it the other way. If y the like that? No. There we go. So now we need the other condition to build the vertical walls. You deeply offended, Vidal? Oh, I'm sorry. I think I've set back Australia-US relations by 50 years. Oh, and it's your birthday as well. Oh. I'm a Midwestern hipster. It's good to know. Yeah, I would be right at home in, let's say, what is the Midwest? Isn't that like, that's kind of where you're once were from, right, Vidal? Isn't that the Midwest? Midwest in my head is like Iowa and Colorado and those kind of places. It's time for you to get moving, Mama? Okay, alright, well, I hope you drive safe, and I hope you're not leaving because I offended America. Oh, yeah, sorry, I actually meant Idaho, yeah. I didn't mean Iowa. Because that was where the potatoes are from, right? It's something to do with potatoes. Okay, so to do this one, let's say if x modulo, how far are these apart? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 8 apart. Okay. So I think we can just apply the same trick that we used before. Modulo 4. Wait, no, that needs to be... Yeah, that needs to be modulo 8 as well. Because we need to make it cycle every 8. And then have that... Something like that? Oh, I messed it up. Idaho, Iowa, and Ohio all get jumbled up. Yeah, they're very similar kind of words though. Idaho potatoes, and you think Iowa's corn. Okay, alright. Well, I've learned something about Americans and how to offend them. Yeah, I don't think this will work actually. Yeah, because it's not the same kind of logic I was using before. I could just do a cheap shortcut and just draw these two lines. Yeah, because if this only works because this isn't like a massive brick wall. Because if it was a massive brick wall, I'd have to write like a special case for each level. But there's actually only one special level in this, so yeah, I think I'll leave the the more difficult problem of making it like staggered like this for another time. But that would be an interesting thing to think about, how to do it properly. Yeah, so let's get rid of that. Oh. Yeah, so what I need to do is if I get rid of this, what happens? This is just a vertical line. Yeah, I don't even I don't even need this formula here. It's just one vertical line. That's over engineering it. So then I could just say if y is equal to the absolute value of y is less than 2, and absolute value of x is equal to 4. Okay, so it just needs to be. I can make that 1 even. Yeah, and then just no. Oh, shift that down 1. Yeah. Okay, and then the other one is let's go plus I keep making this way too complicated. Yeah, okay, then we just need to know if and y is right? If x is equal to 0 and then y, the absolute value of y is greater or equal to 2. Yeah, that's it. That's it, isn't it? I'm pretty sure this is it. Oh, it's a different kind of blue. Oh, all right. The light blue is wrong. What's this? What's this called? Can you tell me what? Oh, gray. Yay! We did it. Nice. I think I nailed that one. This is probably a pretty bad efficiency. Actually, it turns out it's not that bad. Yeah. The code size was pretty good. Oh, and we got some email too. What's this? Hey, long time no chat. I made a few more objects that I think turned out kinda cool. Give them a try, and don't forget about the computer convention next weekend. Hope to see you there. Oh, that's cool. These are some funny looking ones that we're going to do later. Puzzle cube. Cute computer. Oh, that looks pretty interesting. Oh, it's hollow on the inside. Nice. Oh, and they also want us to build a little pong machine. That's fun. Americans probably get that mixed up. Yeah, I can see that. In America, you've got too many states. I want to complain to your head of management about that. How can you be like in any way unified when you're just like all these random parts trying to mash together and work? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's probably where I left it after you played with it last time. Hey, Sark, how you doing? How's your shopping? Did you get what you needed? Sark wanted me to make a TIE fighter. We can take a bit of a diversion and let's build a TIE fighter freeform. Hey Garish, hello. Welcome to my programming adventure, where I try and remember all the things I used to do for work. Okay, so I hope you've been well, Garish. I haven't been on. I missed a lot of time in the stream world. I didn't really like look at people's streams, and I've had a lot going on in my personal life, so I took some space from that recently. But I hope things are going well with you. Shopping was painful. Too many people, yeah. But you're shopping pretty late at night. I suppose it's a Friday evening, so yeah, that's probably when the people come out. Yeah, that's not so good. Rocket League comes first. Believe it or not, I haven't been playing that much Rocket League. Alright, Mama, I hope you managed to do... hope you managed well. Thanks for hanging out, it's good to see you. Hope the kids aren't too rambunctious. Oh, you're moving? So not much streaming either. Are you like moving as in moving house, or are you moving just like traveling moving? And if you don't want to answer, that's totally okay. Oh, moving country. Well, that's pretty big. Because I think you're in Sweden, right? For some reason, I recall that you were in Scandinavia. I hope I didn't get that wrong. It's a lot of work and you're tired now. Oh, moving house is a pain in the butt. That's for sure. I moved house about a year and a half ago, and I'm quite a minimalist, so I didn't actually have that much. So it wasn't as painful as it could have been, but yeah, I know some people it would be like a huge life step to do that sort of thing. Yeah, it just took me it took me like a day, and then I put some stuff in my parents' storage, and eventually I solved it. The last part of my move was to sell those items, which I did, but that took a few weeks afterwards. Yeah, I actually think it's good to get rid of stuff. It actually feels liberating to me. I know some people don't like it, but yeah, I guess everybody's different. Is it easy for bears to move caves? I think it depends on it depends on the age of the bear, because older bears will have more things. They'll have they'll have their own special bed that they've created out of twigs and moss and peat, and it's comfy and nice just the way they want it, and TV and computer like most bears have. So I think it really depends. I had all of that stuff, so yeah, it wasn't a simple just an empty cave. Let's take a look at what a TIE fighter looks like, and we'll try and build one. Okay. So I wonder, are they like hexagonal on the sides? Alright. Ooh, I can make it very big. How big should I make it? Make it that. I think a 20 by 20 is sufficient. Big? Yeah, but the bigger I make it, the more work it is for me, I think. Although that's probably something that you are okay with. Not your problem? Well, in some ways it is, because you prompted me to do it. Okay, alright, so let's start with the side panels. So, if the absolute value of x is equal to, what's that, 16? Is that black? It looks like it's black. Alright. And then what we want to do, it's so big that it's slowing my computer down. If the absolute value of y is equal to 16. And I suppose that's like a grayish white. How's that? Yeah, that looks about right, I suppose. And oh wait, it should be an or. There we go. Hey, Suyen, hello! You saw the angel in the marble and carved until you set him free. Yeah. Well, the thing about this game is that it's very much sculpting using mathematics and code. So, what I don't know is if the panels in the TIE Fighter, like, how do I see it like side on? Because they look like they're kind of squished. I wonder if they're like 45-degree angles. Kind of look like 60-ish. Yeah. Yeah, tell Sark to wear more clothes. I think that's always a safe bet. Does that look right? I think they're kind of like, yeah, I think the hexagonal things are like steeper. Okay, and then the last part is I just have to trim these bits. So we need to know if Whoops. Is that the right way around? No, that's the... How's that? That's kind of doing the right thing, but I just have to, yeah, it's the opposite. How do I make it the opposite? No, I'm making it worse. Yeah, so this has got to be like this. Simple mathematics escapes me right now. All right, let's. How do we get a different tab? No. Well, that's a pity. Normally you can open a new tab. Okay, so basically I want a function which is if it's below a y and z line. So if let's ignore the absolute for now, because it's already confusing me badly enough. Alright. Okay, so that's fine. So then if we add 8, is that doing the right thing? No. 16. Yeah, that's doing the right thing. So no, that's not working. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm really baffled. There we go. Alright, so that's the corner. Okay, that's looking better. Okay. So if I could do this. No, that's not working. I can swap this around. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but I would need to have a think about it. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. We've got TIE Fighter wings. Okay, so one thing I've noticed is that the TIE Fighter, yeah, this is kind of like too far apart by the look of it. So let's call this width, and width is like yeah, let's make it like 12, so I can adjust this as a variable. Yeah, there we go. Oops. This should still be 16, because that's the height. Alright, so it looks like there's a like a part in the center which is kind of like a stick. So we could say if y plus z is less than 2, is that right? If y Do I need to make that bigger? Yeah, that's starting to look okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll make this its own section. Yeah, because all we've done is basically wings. How's that? We're missing a keyword. Line 20. So that's this one. That's this one. It's this one. Hey, we... Unmatched end keyword. Oh, wait. That's what I did wrong. Yeah, there you go. Alright, cool. Alright, and then we need to say and ABS is less than the width. How's that? Technically flat panels. Yeah, it is a little bit, yeah. I think I'll get a chance to use the I'll get a chance to make a circle for a change, actually. I don't think I've ever made a circle in this game yet. Let's see how that goes. Well, we could say that if is there like a power sign here? Code. Yeah, okay. So if x times x plus y times y plus z times z, so we're basically using Pythagoras. And then what's this? How do we square root? Squirt. Yeah, the center is just a sphere, so we can say if that is less than 3, then oh wait, I don't need another if. How's that? Ah! Is that just too big? What's going on there? Oh, I made it bigger than. I need to make it less than. Yeah, that's 2. 3? Yeah, there we go. You can see it growing now. There you go. Look at that. Is that about the right size? That looks kind of close. That looks about right to me. What do you think? Maybe a little smaller? Something like that? 1/6? I'm just going off the picture. That looks okay. Okay, so there's like a little glass circle that we can add. So we can say if what's this one? This is the Z. If the Z is equal to what's that? Like about 4? 5? Yeah? That is Z, right? 4? Something like that? It looks more like a Roblox sphere. Yeah, I am using like this is the equation for a sphere for sure, but because the yeah, I think the maths is a little funny because there's just not enough voxels to work with. Yeah, it's the, you know, anti-aliasing mode, I think. Yeah. So, I'm okay with this as the end, but what do you think, Sock? A 7? Yeah, I mean it's not perfect, but it's definitely not bad. This is the biggest area that you can use. Maybe I can add a little detail on the... You think the wings need to be thicker? I think they're actually like thicker than they should be, if anything. But I mean that's something I could easily change. Yeah. Yeah, every picture I'm looking at would suggest that it should, if anything, it should be thinner. But the yeah, this picture I'm looking at here makes it look like, oh, there's some stuff going on the side here. Yeah, okay. Well, one thing I can change is this middle part should have white on it because the stem kind of like protrudes out. So where did I do that? That's gray. Greater than or equal to. yeah, it just due to the way the pattern happens to be, it makes it kind of look weird on the other side. I guess I can make the lines thicker. That would probably that would probably help a little bit. What is the name of my stream name? Retired software bear sees if his brain still works, and the answer is maybe. Yeah, it's definitely maybe. This would be useful if I had like a loop, because like what I would do is I would just do this, and then like shift it by 1. Like that. Did that help? Wait, there's an equal sign in here, that's not gonna work. No, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay, well, I think I'm happy to leave this one for now. We can work on it again a bit later. It's we've gotten pretty close. It's just, yeah, I wanna make the lines here like solid. But in order to do that, I would need to essentially draw 2 lines, because yeah, it's the anti-aliasing problem. Because we don't have enough pixels to work with, it's gonna look a little funny like this. I can't implement the full anti-aliasing formula in this program, but if I were to draw a second line that's slightly shifted, that would help a lot. I think that would fix the problem, but I can't think of a way to do that without adding lots of code. Yeah, so these if I do like a 45-degree diagonal line, that would be fine. That would be like a solid line. But because these aren't, these are like they're essentially like 2 to 1. So that's what, like a 6. What's halfway between 45 and 90? Whatever that number is. I can't work that out in my head. Yeah, and then we could do the same for these edges on the side. And then for the center like part, yeah, we ran into the anti-aliasing problem again with the sphere, because this is a perfect mathematical sphere. But there aren't enough voxels to make it look the right shape. If I were to like expand it out to, let's say we made it like 10, you can see it's a lot more. Yeah, it's way more spherical. That's much more like a sphere. Yeah. This is if Darth Vader got really fat, right? Yeah, but we don't have enough voxels to work with, so we're kind of like restrained to. Yeah, it looks a little bit kind of chunky. Yeah, but you know, it's okay. I'm fairly happy with it, actually. Yeah, and maybe the alternative is we could draw like we could draw some markings on the front for the windows. I might do that another time though. Let's save this. Let's call it TIE Fighter. It looks like a spaceship. Yeah, it's we were making the Star Wars TIE fighter. So yeah. Do you think it looks okay? All right, let's do one more, and then I think I'll call it the end of stream there. Okay, so this one, it says it's loosely based on a puzzle cube. Remember, you can drag the axis handles to peek inside. Yes, we already knew that. Okay. So we've got an empty inside. So let's say, yeah, I think we can do each panel one by one, and then do the frame. That would probably be the easiest way. So if it's like a 1 by 1 Rubik's Cube. So if x absolute value of flatland Rubik's Cube. Yeah, maybe I'll use the max. Let's see if we get the first thing we want there. All right. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then we want that to be in the y-axis. Okay, so that's our first one done. So let's do green. So green is on the Z and Y axis. And X is equal to 2. All right, and then yellow. Oh, yellow is also on that same. Yeah, let's go back here. Alright, and then we need to do, what's this? This is blue? Light blue. It's light blue. Nice, alright. And then the last part is, what's this? This is the X and Y axis. And we want, what's this one? This is orange. And red. And then the last part is we need to build the frame. So the frame is we could say the absolute value of x, absolute value of y, absolute value of z is greater than 3? Something like that. Did I make that too big? There you go. Hooray! That one was easier than I thought. My code is extremely long and inefficient though. People have figured out a better way to do that. How could I have improved this? You haven't seen this many LSIFs since uni? Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think of a way to remove the LSIFs, but I'm not seeing one that would be easy to think about. I don't think the colors are related, right? Yellow. Oh, maybe they are. Red, yellow. Oh, then there's a space here. Yeah, and then there's another space here. Yeah, the arithmetic for the colors aren't... There isn't like a sequence I could use for the colors. You definitely need a... Yeah. I can't think of a way to do it without having a unique return value for each of the colors. Anyway, that's to think about another time. Make each panel one color and return black for the edges. Wait, sorry, can you make each panel one color and return black for the edges? Yeah, but how does that make it more efficient? Oh, okay. Or alternatively, make the color a variable, right? Something like that. I don't know if I get a raise in this. The documentation says that I don't get a raise. Yeah, I don't know. That's again this is something to think about another time. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe, yeah. Make color a variable and then and then cut out the center part, something like that. All right, let's. Well, I'm gonna. What's the time? Yeah. I think this one will be easy, so I think I'll do this one as the last one, and then we'll definitely call it quits after that. This one looks fairly straightforward. Let's say if no, that's okay, Saw. Yeah, I got your TIE Fighter made, so I think you should be quite satisfied. If not 10 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Yeah, this one should only take a few minutes, I think. So this is max of YZ is greater than pink, crink. Okay, so we just need to push the Y down. Whoops, that's the wrong way. Okay. We've got our general shape already. This is the X and Z. What's this? Light blue. Alright, sleep well. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, this I keep doing this the hard way, and I think I'll relax my brain a little bit and and do it the cheaper way. This is how's that? Nope, that's not what I expected to see. nice. All right, and then we just need to add. Hey. Oh, Jippo, how are you doing? How's your noodles? We're actually on our final one, and we're fairly close to finishing it already. I will show you, however. I don't know if you were watching. How do I get back here? Sark gave me a challenge to do a TIE fighter. Did it get rid of all my code? Oh man. That's not cool. Well, anyway, I built this TIE fighter. Oh, that sucks. I'm kind of disappointed with that. Yeah, I mean, at least I streamed this, so I can always go back and just copy the code, but you would think that if you design this, that they would automatically save your code that you used to build it, right? Oh man, that feature absolutely needs to be in the game. I'm kind of disappointed with that, because if you played this and you built something like really nice, and you didn't stream it, and you don't remember what your code was, you would be pretty miffed, right? Yeah. Anyway, the food was spicier than you expected. Ah, nice. That's a good thing, right? You like, have I made a potato yet? I think all the things I build are pretty much potatoes. Don't you think? Yeah. I don't know. Well, I think for the next stream I can build a potato for you. What do you think, Jeppo? You could I could build the potato and then like rotate it, and then you could use it as like part of your stream, like visuals if you're interested, like ultra low res potato. Wouldn't that be funny? Yeah, potato. Potato. That's what people say. I'm doing like super lazy mode right now. Okay, so what we can do is absolute x is less than 4. Highly inefficient here, so what's this, dark blue? Lazy mode means that I'm using mathematical functions in really inefficient ways. So there are a lot more elegant solutions. So this, see how I wrote this long expression here? You can solve this using a max function, which is a lot shorter. But max functions kind of hurt my brain because I'm only really just starting to be used to them. And then like normally you would be thinking about efficiencies. So you see how this is like this panel here, like the keyboard and the screen. I need to write the same expression to keep them inside this width, but instead of using the same expression for the screen and the keyboard, I wrote a separate one for each one. So that these are sort of lazy things. they're totally lazy mode things. This is end of stream lazy mode programming. Okay, so then why is wait, I don't even need that in here, right? Hey, I did say this is going to be reminiscent of professional programming, right? This is the equivalent of me. Okay, it's you know, 5:50 p.m. On a Friday afternoon. How am I going to write the code? Do I want it to work or do I want to get out? I mean, I want it to work and I want to get out of here. Is essentially it. Oh, this is looking. This is very ugly. Very, very ugly. And you know what? Consequences be damned. What's going on here? The Y is... And while we're trying to hastily get through things, we're probably taking more time than if we were to do it properly. It's the thing. But it's okay. I think what we're saving is not necessarily time, but maybe brain power. Yeah, it's the catch-22. This is the wrong way around, right? Yeah, okay. That's why that didn't work. Whoops. There we go. I put the sign the wrong way because I was too tired and too lazy. All right, now let's yeah, let's do. Yeah, it's fun. X is equal to absolute, then I think I should return white like that. Yeah. Okay. Kick. And absolute. But actually, it does open up an interesting idea though, because quote unquote lazy mode is actually easier to read, I think, for somebody else to come in and even for myself if I were to try and debug it. So it might not be computationally efficient, but it is like a lot of times when I did stuff in the workplace, you wouldn't really optimize for like efficiency in that way. Certainly if you did something for like graphics, yeah, for sure, but a lot of stuff's kind of like making sure that it's easy to understand and maintainable by other people. Commenting, yeah, this commenting is kind of like, yeah, like some people think that just having comments is good, but I think it's more if you write your code in a way that's where the variable names are and formatting is done well, it kind of comments itself. If you put too many comments, it kind of makes the thing larger to read and then more actually less understandable in a way. Because I've seen someone like just write 10 comments lines per one line of code, and depending on the what the thing is for, that might be fine, but some people definitely write too verbose comments. Yeah, it's a balance. Sometimes less is more. Yeah, and I think a lot of people have different styles, and you kind of get used to the like your teammates. All right, so that's yeah, for whatever flaws I have programming like this, it is quite easy to understand. But I would say it's more beautiful to have it like as short as possible, I think, in a game like this. Yay! We've got our computer game. Very nice. Yeah, we probably did atrociously, I think. Yep, so we did horribly for code size and horribly for game cycles. No surprise, because brain is off right now. So I was talking about like the more efficient kind of style. So let me give you a comparison. So yeah, this one here where you have like if statements and like very simple expressions, like Z is 2, Y is 3, and then it does this. This is very easy to understand and follow, but it's also very long and computationally inefficient because it needs to go through each condition before it can check the next one. So yeah, you're balancing ease of understanding versus overall code length and efficiency. This is one I optimized earlier today, and yeah, it's hard. It's pretty hard to read because it reuses like conditions multiple times, and then there's like yeah, this one's basically carving out the space in which the dog is, and then this one is where the dog isn't. And then when you get down to here, this is marking a space where you should make the dog orange. And I didn't do it as in I picked each individual space and say that these should equal orange. What I noticed was there's a line that runs down from here down to here, like an L shape, and that L shape is where the dog should be orange. So I defined the L shape here, and then because we've already carved out where the dog is and isn't up here, it'll put the orange spots exactly where they should be. So I thought that was pretty fun. And then there's also this last expression here defines an L shape of where of everything below these two lines. So basically everything down here and everything to the left of here. So yeah, this is like an example of a more efficient one that's hard to understand, because I wrote this earlier today and I can tell you what it means and what and how it works. But if I were to come back tomorrow, I probably couldn't tell you anything about this, because this looks like nonsense. Yeah, and it turns out this one, I think this one did okay. Yeah, like it's pretty good for code size. I think that was the main thing I was trying to make efficient. And then the cycles was not bad either. I like using these max functions because they're a really short way to create squares and cubes. But it turns out I don't think they're actually that computationally efficient, which is unfortunate. Alright, well that was fun. You know what, to end the stream, I should probably... I'll see if anybody else is playing this game, because I haven't rated in a while. I would imagine I'm probably... I'm probably the only person who would think about playing this game. Yeah, I'm the only one. Oh, it looks like...
games are becoming a little bit better.
Cian's doing some Fortnite. Alright, let's head over there. Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining in. Yeah, I really like this game, Jeppo. I don't know how entertaining it is as a viewer. It's hard to gauge that kind of stuff. But as long as I feel motivated to do it, I'm happy to continue. Is Suyen's username not Suyen215? Or is it, there's an underscore in it maybe? Is this working? Man, I don't know how to work this. No, that's... Did that work? Ah, alright, I figured it out. Nice. Outstanding. Okay. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you at CN stream. Bye-bye.